How often have you been practicing that shot from the
I think it was like maybe my 20th attempt that I actually made it. So I usually never practice that. But like the law of averages, at some point the shot has to go in.
Fair enough. What have you enjoyed the most about being back on the court with your teammates? I know you're very hungry. You've been very passionate about wanting to make the most of your time here, but especially with this role being a little bit different, it's got to feel, a little bit different this time around here.
Yeah, I'm a hooper. You can put me at any position on the floor. I kind of have a different perspective in where last year I would have done anything to play the center. Like I wouldn't have cared. I just wanted to be out on the floor, compete with my teammates. Just my love of the game, my passion for the game, competing. I'm a competitor. And being out there on the floor with my teammates is something that I've enjoyed. Obviously, not everybody's available, and there's still a lot of adversity that we're going through, but to be out there with my teammates and try to fight it together has been amazing.
How do you guys get to the point where you're playing the second half of the Villanova game rather than playing like you are the first half, so that you can do that all the time and carry some momentum forward and get better?
Yeah, I think it's on us older guys. We carry a huge responsibility. We can't expect too much of the freshmen, and they're not going to carry the weight of starting a game out strong, playing with energy, playing with passion. They follow what us older guys do. So just for us, I think in the second half it was a major shift in the aggression on offense and defense. I know in the first half Villanova had a lot of offensive rebounds, got a lot of second chance opportunities, and that was something that we wanted to clean up in the second half. But it just starts with us older guys holding ourselves accountable to the energy, the attention that we're paying attention to on the court, and just playing with passion and fire, so the younger guys follow suit.
Coach said earlier he's doing a better job this year of not looking ahead, not sort of thinking about March at this point in the season. For you, as someone who came in talking about wanting to win championships and things like that, is it hard for you to kind of take it game by game and just kind of where is your mindset at right now in terms of, the postseason and all that?
Yeah. Obviously, everybody at UConn knows the end goal. But for us as a program, and Coach tries to instill in us that you try to win every day first, whether it be a practice, in the weight room, just hanging out, honestly, just building chemistry that way. Just any way we can get better playing basketball and continue to build championship habits. That happens every day of practice. You win the national championship in April, but you win it throughout the whole entire season with the habits that you build, the way that you practice, the way that you compete, and hold each other accountable and just continue to win that way. So honestly, every day we're trying to win. Like I said, whether it's a practice in the weight room, a workout, individual, anything like that. So we have a huge idea of the big picture, but we try to stay present in the moment.
Go ahead.
Coach entered last February saying he didn't know if the team could get any better just because of everything that you guys were going through, the limitations you had. He said he feels a little bit better this year, but he's still not sure. How much better do you think you can get, and why?
I think we can control our own destiny. I feel like we have to, it's not often UConn is the underdog, but embrace that role of where you already feel like the odds are stacked against you, and you have a lot of things that can keep you from winning. But as long as we have the mentality of that, it's kind of like those movies that you watch, Rudy, like where everything is going against you and you somehow just find the will and the way to win. And I think we have the pieces. Like, obviously, it's going to be extremely challenging. A lot of things are going to have to go our way. In a national championship run, sometimes there's luck, sometimes there's just good bounces, bad bounces. But if we control our mentality and our ability to just believe in each other regardless of the circumstances around us, and know that any five we put out there on the floor, we can win a game. I think it's all about our mentality and our approach. And the more we sulk on what we don't have and the more negative we get with the things going on around us, I think that can drag us down. So just trying to stay positive, and know that, we have a coach who's won 11 national titles, so if anybody can do it, he can. And so just honestly, I feel like we control our own destiny in terms of our belief and our confidence, and just playing our hearts out and leaving nothing left out on the floor.
Last year, it looked like a tired beaten down team at times, and it's understandable because everybody seemed to get hurt. You were all playing so many minutes, not you, obviously. Why do you, from somebody who just watched it last year, do you feel there's a different energy, more energy, and is that because maybe you're a senior and Aaliyah's a senior and you're pulling people along with you?
Yeah, I also think having, a lot of fresh legs and our freshmen come in, bring a new energy, a new boost. Tell them all the time they have fresh legs so that they're not allowed to get tired. But I think it's us too, our senior class, just being hungry, knowing that this could be our last chance to win a national title, and then having the new energy of the young guys. I think it's a balance of both.
Is there
Sorry, go ahead.
is there a part of them that like kind of you see in yourself when you see the way they move around, maybe some of the mistakes or even some of the crazy shots that they make?
Yeah, I think honestly it reminds me of our freshman class when we came in, the way like right away what we were expected to do, our responsibility. Like they're not asked to be freshmen. We were not asked to be freshmen. We come in with a heavy load, a heavy responsibility right when you walk in, and that's extremely hard, extremely challenging. So for us older guys, it's trying to instill confidence in that we need them, we believe in them, and we know they're going to make mistakes, but as long as they play hard and they play with effort, and it's on us to set the tone and show them what they're supposed to play like, so that becomes easier for them. So yeah, I honestly think it reminds me a little bit of our freshman class when we came in.
Yeah, on that, how challenging is this time of the year for a freshman starter who hasn't done the college season before? And have you had any advice for those guys just on kind of mentally and physically getting through the end of their first year at this stage?
Yeah, they've done a really good job of it themselves. I don't think, honestly, we haven't had enough time to truly just sit and think about the whole entire season. We've been in a go mode ever since conference play has started. But just instilling in them that confidence again, that we need them and that they're doing great, and they've been dealt a terrible hand, and we've done as much as we could with it, and we're going to continue to do that. But just try to instill them and to keep going and keep pushing.
Obviously, you and Easy had a role in that first episode of Sue's Places. What was that like? And two, have you guys seen the clips of Gino milking the cow?
Yeah, it was really cool just to be able to be a part of something like that with one of the greatest to ever play, and just honored to be even in an episode. But yeah, Sue was talking to us about it because she went and did that with them, and then we went to the ice cream shop after. She was telling us about it, and there's nothing like seeing him actually talking to cows and coaching them up. It sounds familiar, honestly, but it was funny. It was good stuff.
Aaliyah
Good
said
content.
the same thing. A lot of what he said to the cows was what you guys have heard over your 4 years.
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't even scripted. It was just natural. So it was good.
Can the dairy bar get better now because he has coached up the cows a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't tried it out, but I'm sure the people who go there can attest to that.
When you came back this year, everybody doubted whether Nika would have a big role on this team or weren't sure what her role would be. It seems like it's bigger than ever and that she's more important than ever. Just talk about what she means to you guys.
Yeah, she's like our steady on offense and our menace on defense. So she sets the tone on both ends of the floor. Her communication, her leadership, just you see the intensity in what she plays. So everybody just sees that and is inspired by that. And so, yeah, she has a huge role on this team. I think every single piece of this team is very important. But she knows what she brings to this team. We all know what she brings to this team. And in my opinion, like one of the most underrated players in the country. And she does every single thing that doesn't show up in the stat sheets that you might not get enough credit for. So she's essential to our team and a really big piece.
With all the injuries you guys have had, like how important is it to have a steadying presence like Aaliyah down on the post?
It's huge. Whenever we need a bucket, whenever things are going bad, we know we can just run a play for Aaliyah and get her a touch there. But all throughout her career, the 4 years here, she's been the consistent piece, and she's always available to play. She's always ready to play, and plays extremely hard on both ends of the floor, talks, communicates, and just plays hard. So just to have that anchor offensively and defensively is really reassuring.
Where's KK grown this season, and how much?
I think in her ability to control her pace. When she came in, it was like 100% go mode all the time. Now I think she knows when to slow things down, when to speed things up. And just the way she thinks the game, I think, has grown a lot. I feel like just her coming in, she was always attacking, always just pressing the defense, trying to create offense that way. But now she knows how to use a ball screen, knows how to use her pivots, can slow down and control her pace. So I think that's the area I think she's grown the most.